We got Coach Ben of the U13's. Always great to talk to the coaches here. Ben, we were just literally speaking before we did this interview here. The change in tactic, they had all their players on this side of the midline there. That was something I just said to you. I don't know if I've ever seen that. What was the change there after maybe a few minutes of how you responded to that?
Yeah, it was really interesting because we don't usually see big tactical shifts in the U13 games. So the first half, they were really struggling to build out of the back because we were pressing high and New Utrecht is narrow and very long. So we always talk about winning field position here, and then you can play from the other half. They were struggling to get out. So what they did was they said, let FA Euro have the ball, take all the space, and then they can break on us. They had fast forwards, and that's what it worked for them. And we were trying to figure out how to break that down. After the first couple minutes of trying to break it down, a couple turnovers led to a counterattack, led to a goal. So we went, added another 6 to get more stable, and then tried to overload areas and play into those areas instead of break it down and risk losing the ball in midfield. So it was interesting for us because we never get to make those kind of big tactical changes in the game. The boys did a great job listening to the instructions, understanding what the game moment was, and then going out and fighting to get points.
Now, you said there are all the tactical changes. The tying goal came off of a free kick. So what do you think that obviously had a big impact, but is there anything different there with the free kick, or it's just soccer's being played and we'll see what happens?
No, I would love to see more of those moments. End in finishes. We had about 12 free kicks that we put into the box and had no contact on. So I think Jacob said it well, that at the end he started feeling desperate to score. And if you can have that motivation from the first moment, you have a real chance in the game. The boys played well in the first half, could have been up 4, 5, 6, and that's how youth soccer goes. And then almost got stung by it, and they showed a lot of heart to fight back.
Yeah, and then obviously with the second there to complete the comeback, what's a few maybe draws and losses the past few games? What can you take for your team to teach the guy, the young, obviously we're dealing with U13s here. What can this be a teaching moment as with the comeback now that after a few maybe poor performances, of course you never want that, but good win, obviously. Yeah,
just that if you don't give up, there's something there for you in the game. When we get into these later positions in games and your back's against the wall, the players from the further areas of the field start to come over, give motivation to the players in front, say, I have this, you step into the next level. That's what we need from the first moment. You can get in a position where you're passive because you're worried about making mistakes. When you're desperate for the moment, then you play with all the heart and courage that you should have the whole time. And everybody's like that, but when you're young, it's easier to make those big to fall off quickly and then hopefully to recover. So this is a moment where the kids can look at it and say, in this moment where my back was against the wall, I was brave and I did what I can do all the time. I can always be that good. And so it's exciting. Two great teams, really good quality on the field today. And again, we talked about it, a really interesting and unique U13 game.
Yeah, definitely something you don't see. So the last one I'll give you here is for Bayside that you have coming up. Just what are you feeling? Have you been able to give any tactics or any ideas of a scout maybe before that game?
Yeah, Bayside's a technical team. We played them in the second week of the season, which was we had just started an MLS Next. We are worlds away from where we were then. The game was fairly even then, but we weren't ready to compete at that moment. So it was a 4-0 game in the second week of the season. We went up to, they're in New Hampshire, or is it New Hampshire? Either way, Rhode Island. They're up north. And they did a really nice job taking their moments in the game. I'm very interested to see them come to New Utrecht. It's an interesting place to play where we have a lot of, if you look at our record, we're doing very well here. We have comfort here and we're confident here. So it'll be great to end the season to kind of bookend it with a team that beat us up a little bit in the beginning to see where we are by the end of the season.